Heads are still cut off, I think. Hey everyone, sorry, we're late. Let me apologize right in the beginning. Technical difficulties. We just got back yesterday, so just a little behind, so I apologize. So, anyways, welcome. This is the live Cricut Maker discussion. And really, the reason I wanted to do this conversation, since this machine has debuted, I have my inbox and Facebook messengers and everything has been going crazy, which is great because I'll get to that in a minute why that's great, but it's just great. So first of all, for everyone that has questions, Sean's going to write down questions so we don't forget. But yes, I actually got to meet Tanner at CHA in December, and I adore him. He is so... man, I wish at his age I was on YouTube because his career's taken off at what age? It just is, I mean, that...
He started off at, what, 5th grade? He was
5th grade is when he said he started.
Just a little after, probably just a little
after.
And
stuff, and what a great opportunity for him, and he's had this machine, he's got to play with it, so... he has a great energy, he's fun, he's addictive, so he was, yes, sewers. So, anyways, I enjoy him. And I also got to meet, Courtney is her name. I always feel bad because I always like they're a package deal, I thought, and they each have their own little thing. Yep. So anyways, this whole thing is about discussion. I want to get questions you guys have. I have a lot of answers, but not all of them and anything. So first, let me kind of start off. You guys, so we went down honestly with no. Do you want to grab a sheet just so you can make sure you're getting questions? Because I want to make sure we get all of their questions answered.
As fast as I can write, I guess.
Yeah.
I need.
So, anyways, we went down with to the Cricut event with no knowledge. A lot of people assumed we knew it was being released. We didn't. So I couldn't even sleep. And the number one thing I have to say is as soon as we got to that hotel, you could feel the excitement. You could feel it. And they didn't announce it the first day. I thought for sure the first day they were going to announce it. So then I didn't get any sleep that night. And Cricut, the entire team at Cricut has such a good way of creating excitement in the air. The music, the atmosphere, how they debut a product, and everything was so amazing that you couldn't help but feel the excitement as we were going through the day. I literally felt like I was at an Apple event because it was that exciting. Like, what is it going to be? What is this machine going to do? And up to that point, they must have kept the secret because I didn't know anything about it. So let's just get right to it. They had 3 announcements. The Bright Pad, which was already released, the Easy Press, which we were going to discuss in length in a video tomorrow, and then the Cricut Maker. And the Cricut Maker machine, I have to say, whenever a new machine is released, the other side of my brain's like, can it do that? And I actually thought that at first. I looked at it and I'm like, can it do that? They had the machines all set up doing these things. So we got to experience it right then. They had a maker room where we could just go in and start making stuff. So we saw people making stuff. So it can do what they say. This is not something they're working the kinks out. But for those of you who didn't watch or anything, the Cricut Maker machine, if you didn't see that debut, because I have already gotten a lot of people reaching out to me and saying, hey, Ken, it's unfortunate because I just bought my Cricut Explorer Air and they released this. And it's not like Cricut is trying to say, gotcha, we want to get you a new machine. Originally, the reason why is everyone was going to Cricut and saying, I wish I could cut this, and all these lists. And Ashish, listening to you guys, said, okay, but they can't deliver this on a machine that only has so much force. And that's the key element there, is they had to go back to the drawing board and look at the force. When they looked at the force, they said, well, we can't use our current A and B clap system because of the tools we want to use. We need to come up with a new system. And that really is where the new machine's coming. Then, after that was followed that not only are these 2 tools released, they didn't tell us how many tools, but they wanted this tool system to be adaptive in the fact that they could release tools in the future to handle things that people are asking for. I know many of you guys, and Sean has seen this in all my videos, the number one question I get, besides Silhouette Cameo versus Cricut Explorer, is can it cut this? I have this, can it cut this? I have this, and I've always been able to say to people, you can, but you have to do A, B, C, and now we don't have to do that. So essentially, and we are seeing a lot of information, but basically, or questions, but basically, yes, it can cut anything from, the lightest of material. We saw crepe paper. That tears in everything the way up to 2.5.
Even tissue paper.
Yeah, 2.5 millimeters thick.
Yeah.
So we kind of knew something big was coming because Leah Griffith, if you guys didn't see, she had these beautiful flower arrangements. And we instantly went in there and looked at this and said, if the machine cut all of these, this machine is amazing. Because you guys know crepe paper, it will rip. So for me, this machine, I'm so excited because I, for the first time, can say, yes, oh gosh, look at those.
This is crepe paper, almost tissue-ish like paper.
Amazing.
This is a close-up of just one of them. I think there was
So anyways, it's amazing in the fact that it can cut these things from small all the way up. The one thing I was, and I'm not disappointed, but the one thing that was a little disheartening to see is I kept hearing or seeing the comments of, well, I'm not a seamstress, so I don't need it. I don't sew, so I don't need this. They didn't have the knife blade there, which is unfortunate because all they could really focus on was the materials up to that point and then the sewing ability, which I'm going to talk to you blew me away anyways. But it was unfortunate because I don't want people to think that this machine is limited to the fabric cutting. That's only one element of
just one
of the machine.
Just one element, and it does it so good.
But I will say that the event kind of focused on it, and I think that's where people get that. I don't want people to think that it's just sewing.
Do not even think that. It is literally. This is.
I have an answer for that, so you write that down.
I didn't say it. What is it?
Where are the cartridges going?
Okay.
So okay, and did we do a recording session with Tanner Bell? Okay, so anyways, what I love about it, and people are already answering the questions on this, but yes, what I love about this machine is the fact that we have now a system that they are already saying, we know we have X many tools coming out. And they didn't tell me, but I kept saying, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, and they were like, we're working on it. These are the two initials. So this one, the fabric is a rotary blade. This is key. Rotary blade. The reason I have never cut fabric with my machines is first of all, you have to bond it. So you have to get something on the back of it. And then I always would tear it. I could never figure out a precise way of getting clean, precise cuts around it. The Silhouette would always say, we have a fabric blade, but it never worked for me, unfortunately.
It's like it did? Okay.
Correct. So I was like, I never did that. So then we see the rotary blade, which cuts on top of it. So it's not dragging, it's literally cutting into the fabric.
For those who cut fabric, handle, big round blade, cut. It's literally that, but this big. That big.
But here's the deal. As Sean says, it's literally just that, but this big. But then when you take that rotary blade out and see the mechanics running that blade, that's where you're like, okay. Mm-hmm. Now I get why they had to go back to the drawing board, because this is not a typical system. Mm-mm. That gear system in there is so impressive, high quality materials, metal. I mean, this is not a system that, they're not going to, I can let you know this right now, they're going to be releasing more tools for this. We
heard a number, but we're not going to say if that's true or not.
I did hear a number.
Well, remember you said they might be coming out with X amount of number of new tools, but we're not sure if that's a number.
They might be coming out with this many tools in my head, so they better live up to it. So yes, they have their work cut out for us. But anyways, that was the fabric. So the knife blade, from what we saw, amazing. Not only can it cut, but I hate to already compare it to other machines because I don't have the Cricut Maker. I unfortunately didn't get anything early.
I know somebody asked the question, when? We don't even know.
So basically, when we did our comparison on the scan and cut with materials, the one part that we said it can cut, we're like, it does really good with thicker materials. And then Sean takes the blade out and goes, well, no wonder why. It's basically like an X-Acto knife right here cutting this material. Now, it drags through it. So there was times it would rip stuff, it would tear stuff, we'd fray stuff because of the delivery system of it. But that's where Cricut has put their investment is. They have now this knife that can cut the thicker blades, but the delivery system is consistently delivering it, which is amazing. So, anyways, to say the least, we were blown away by this machine. You know, the fact that not only did they get the big items, they got the small items. You can plug in your iPhone, iPad, Android device and charge it and use it. It still connects via Bluetooth, but they give you a spot to put it. That was amazing. I am going to admit, I've been someone that hasn't been a huge machine and iPad user together because I have to have it off to the side and stuff. There, it's on it, so it's amazing. So anyways, I was blown away by it. But then I was like, can it do it? The very next day we did maker sessions. Or no, was it that day we did maker sessions?
Day 2 towards the end.
Yeah, towards the end we did maker sessions. And I'm telling you what, that's where it kind of connected for me was our first maker sessions. We were kind of by ourselves. I know some other people were all together, but we were kind of by ourselves, which was great because I was like, okay, I'm not a seamstress. I'm not sure about this whole fabric thing. And I saw a lot of people started saying, why aren't you a seamstress? And I said, I don't want to cut it. I don't want to mark it. I don't know what pieces go with what. And then my mind was kind of blown at certain moments because when it cuts a piece of fabric and it has 2 pieces, there are these little triangles. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a triangle there, Sean. And he's like, those are so you can put them together. They're like,
where to match
you know where to match it. I was like, shut up. It even told me where to match it. And he was like, yeah. So it not only does it cut it, but then it also has a washable fabric pen that does all of your stitch markings. There is a stripe that tells you to fold. There's a dotted line that tells you to sew. So
here is the thing that we're kind of figuring out why you were able to get that, and that is with the I forgot my train of thought.
I don't know what you're going to talk about.
So with the fabric, you know how everybody likes, for those who sew, know how to sew, right? Patterns, tissue paper, blah, 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 blah. The way they've got this made, and this is for currently, the tissue paper and all that is taken out of the whole thing. You don't need tissue paper anymore.
For the sewing. For the sewing. Yes.
So cutting fabric and stuff. So if you're sewing and because they're using,
you don't need it anymore.
There's going to be simplicity.
Because you don't need to trace your patterns. You don't do that. And it has simplicity patterns already loaded into it.
Like they're saying they think 200, but more's coming.
Yeah,
more will be coming.
I didn't get that. Sean kept telling me like, you know, no tissue. And I was thinking like tissue paper, like I'm going to cut tissue paper. And I was like, so the people are going to cut the tissue paper and then cut the fabric. And he goes, no, there is no more tissue paper. And I was like, the machine can cut tissue paper. He's like, yes, but you don't need tissue paper for the patterns because the patterns are loaded in and they mark everything for you. There's no putting it on the fabric.
You know, on your tissue paper, you have your lines, you have your dotted lines. The ink or the pen's going to create
the washable pen. Let's make sure to put that.
Watch. The washable pen puts that on there. It even numbers each panel.
It was amazing.
Panel 1, panel 2,
you know
panel
what?
3,
I really don't think it connected with me until I went into the maker session and I saw everyday people using it and I started asking questions. I'm not a seamstress. Explain this to me. And then it started. That's when I got excited. I was like, I am not a seamstress, but now I am because this is exciting. The machine does everything and literally all I have to do now is sew. So I was impressed. Now, the next maker session is where they brought out a lot of some other elements that we didn't see in the first maker that kind of concentrated on the sewing. That was where they concentrated on the larger print and cut, which is not this machine specific. It's a design space element. They cut leather, real leather. Now, if you guys have watched my machine, the Cricut Explorer can cut leather. You have to make sure you're on a deep cut blade. You have to make sure you're going, slow, so many passes. One pass like butter. I
got that question ready to go, Gary, so don't worry.
And stuff. So I was so impressed with that. And here's the other thing. There's no dial, which at first I was like, I'm a control freak, so I'm like, I want to control the dial and say what it is.
That is one of the questions.
And I specifically went to Ashish and I was like, Ashish, where's my dial? I need it. I need to be able to tell it it's cardstock. And he was like, you don't need it anymore. And I was like, what do you mean I don't need it anymore? How's the machine? And he says, design space now with the mat. It actually is scanning the mat and it also knows what you have already put in the machine. So if you set a cardstock, but you're using a fabric mat and you put leather, it's going to say, wait a minute, this doesn't compute. Are you sure? And I saw that a few times. I was like, what is the system? They said the system's basically saying, why are you trying to cut this on this mat when it's this? And that blew my mind. Like, the system
it's now almost considered a smart machine.
Well, it was already a smart machine, but you still...
Smarter.
The smart dial is gone because it's scanning the mat and basically telling you, yes, this is not the one to use.
Because you're already kind of telling it what you're going to be cutting.
It blew my mind.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. So, anyways, we have a lot of questions, and I know I don't want this video to be 7,000 million years long. So, Sean is writing those down. There's a few more things I want to talk about before we proceed. We didn't see the knife blade in action. Not that they didn't want to. It's just not there yet. There was, I think they said one at headquarters somewhere and a few others, but it's coming. But I saw the knife blade, and it's thick. It is going to cut thick materials.
It looks like literally a heavy duty
X-Acto
knife. Yes,
thick X-Acto knife. I mean, it was pretty impressive.
Strong.
But some other things that a lot of people didn't focus on that I thought was great is the larger print and cut. The print and cut's now a full box. It's not just registration marks, and you can now print and cut on pattern paper, colored paper, all sorts of options, which just was amazing. The machine itself is it's beautiful. It still fits in the tote, so they're already saying, hey, we know that people bought these totes, so we want to make sure it fits. And then, of course, the mats. There's a fabric mat. There's a 12 by 24 fabric mat. And I was disappointed, but everyone else was excited. And it has no smell.
No smell.
I love the smell of a new mat. I must be the only one on the planet.
As far as we know,
I love the smell of a new mat. And the fabric one has no smell.
It's only the pink one that doesn't have the smell. The other ones still do. And I think it's because of the type of glue they use. And the pink one is between regular and light, isn't it? I think that's what they said.
What?
It's like in between the stickiness of the pink one.
I don't know. I didn't ask. At that point, my senses were going off, and I wanted to see what this thing could cut. Because you guys know me, I'm going to be cutting everything.
Chris likes the new smell.
Yeah, there are some people. So, anyways, do you know what live chat is? Okay, so wow, there's a lot.
Yeah, sorry.
I can't do so that. They did address about Design Space a lot of new features, but they didn't go over it yet because a lot of that stuff is coming. I can tell you that when we were there, Design Space was running fast. They had a dedicated Wi-Fi, but it was running fast, and it was in tune with that machine. The machine, so quiet. I was thinking, when I saw that video, and Ashish is saying it's going to do this and this, I'm like, this is going to be a loud machine. It's got gears. I mean, you're going to hear it. It is so quiet. I was shocked.
It is very, very quiet, especially for having that gear
so quiet
section.
I think it's quiet.
It's hard to tell because the room was every time we went somewhere, it was.
But even when we were in the maker rooms, you would hear it. The only sound I heard is, for some reason, the Rotary Blade, when it makes corners, it makes this click sound that I think's really sexy sounding. I don't know why, but it's like click, click, click. And then that was cool. So it's very, very quiet, high stuff. I mean, they paid attention. They lined the bottom of the tool caddy, so when you're putting sharp items, it's not nicking the bottom of that. It was just, I can't stress enough. Once I saw the machine and regular people using it, it was just so amazing. People were sewing the first time there. Mm-hmm. That had never sewed.
Amazingly, one of the gals, I don't know if you guys got to see that or not during one of our lives. The one gal said that she's been doing this quilt, and she had to go back and redo it again. What took her hours to do it, she was able to do it in like an hour and a half. More than half of the time it normally took her because of the way, how fast that thing can cut. Yeah. Fabric and how accurate.
Yeah. So, okay, we are going to start answering questions because there's a lot. But first of all, I just saw my good friend, Midge and Madges, in here. They were at the event with me. I just love hanging out with them. They're so fun. And I don't know if we have a connection because they're two girls and we're two guys. So I feel like we're equal out. But they're just fun. And they like to have fun and laugh. So make sure you subscribe.
Please subscribe to them. I have seen a couple of videos. They make fabulous stuff.
Well, I want to clarify.
Every Monday at 11.
Okay, that's where I want to clarify, Sean. So, they have YouTube and Facebook. Do both because their Mondays are Facebook Live.
Okay.
So if you're waiting on a Monday for YouTube, it won't be there. It'll be on Facebook Live, and they do it every Monday a project and show you how to do it.
Midge and Madge Minkle.
They're awesome.
They are very awesome.
So we're gonna start answering some questions for you, and
thank you, Robin. That's
stuff.
Right, that's what it was. I couldn't remember the hours offhand, but yeah. What took her 6 took her an hour and a half.
Yeah,
that is how good it is.
It's amazing. So what is a question?
Okay, when are we gonna get the machine? Like we said.
So. Stop answering the questions because you keep giving out the wrong information.
Do you know when we're getting it?
They said it in the meeting.
I didn't even hear
They said they are ready to ship them out, but there were so many people at that meeting. You have to think, I think there was 150. So they have them, but they said it's just going to take us a while to coordinate who's getting them, when are we sending them out, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So we haven't been officially told, but they said be watching your emails. You guys will know when I know, because as soon as I get it, I'm going to want to do an unboxing and everything like that. So we kind of know that it's going to be soon. We just don't know an exact date.
Yeah, we don't have an exact date.
Yes.
Can you not hear me? I figured I can bring the microphone right here.
You might need a lot.
Let's try it.
Yeah, why don't you put the microphone on? That's a great idea, whoever thought of that. Yeah. All right, so next question. I can't read your writing, so that's you.
I hope this is better for you. Okay, next one is, do you have, and this is probably that comes with, because there's no dial, how do you choose the type of paper? Can you choose the type of paper? Because like I said, it's in the software. You just basically said, this is what I'm cutting.
You mean custom materials?
Yeah,
yes.
Custom materials. That's what they were saying.
I forget what they said, how many materials that they know the system can cut that's not all in there. So they've been trying to put the custom materials in there. But yes, there will still be a spot for that, yes.
Right. Where do the cartridges go?
This was the number one question. I'm telling you what, people saw the machine. They're all looking for the cartridge, and I was too. So they understand that with the Cricut Maker, you might not need to link your cartridges because if you're a new user and you're using Design Space, you might not need that. However, they understand that there's still cartridges out on the marketplace. So they have developed basically a cartridge linking system that will plug directly into your computer. You plug in the cartridge, you link it to Design Space, and it is done. So I kind of heard maybe a price point might be around $10 for that, but it will be linked. If you still have the Explorers, you can obviously use the cartridge there. But yes, that will be there. Oh, I'm sorry, and I forgot to tell you guys, all the links down below go to out of stock. I wanted to clarify that. It's not out of stock. They haven't been released yet. Yeah. The only reason they put all that on the line is they knew people would have tons of questions, and they want to have everything there to answer questions and help you guys. So the only reason I'm giving you those links is so you can go research your buying decision, but you won't be able to buy it. So I don't want false information out there that they're going to be able to buy stuff because they're not yet until August 28th.
Yeah, everybody said it's out of stock.
I know,
because it's not available. They should have said not available or
they kind of did. They kind of said get email alerts, but yeah.
Somebody wants to know if we're going to record or do anything with Tanner.
So I talked to Mr. Tanner, and yes, I want to do something with him. I just loved everything, his whole... So yes, we are working on that. Obviously, he has a busy schedule. We have a busy schedule trying to coordinate it, so I definitely want to. He released, actually, during the announcement, his unboxing, and it's great video quality. So make sure if you're looking for an official unboxing outside of the event, go to his channel and look for that unboxing and stuff, because he will... Yeah, but yes, we are working on something. I would love to work. He's just so much fun. He dressed up as... Didn't he dress up on 50s night as the grease guy? Yeah, he did.
Yes.
And all the pink ladies. It was very cute.
One of the T-birds.
It was really cute.
Yes, Tanner is very cool.
Yeah.
For being 19, he's a cool dude. Are the tools ready to buy yet? Can we buy those? No. There is going to be is there new tools just for the machine? But there is also the fabric tools, because it's going to have like the little snippets, what do you call that thing? I don't even know the name of it.
I have no idea what you were talking about.
You remember the new tools? They did have them there. The ones that have the little tiny scissors so you can cut the thread. Sewing tools.
So,
yes.
Okay, so let's go back to before Sean got us off that little tangent. So the tools. So in the box will come the rotary tool. They will be selling separate blades for the rotary tool. So people have already asked, will that be sold separate? You don't have to buy that whole unit. You'll just have to replace the blades. Time of use, I didn't even think to ask that, but I have that on my list. I will answer that, but basically it all depends on how often you use that machine. Obviously, on my Cricut Explorer Air, I go through German carbide blades a little bit faster than other people, so it just depends on usage. Yep. The pen blade, or excuse me, the knife tool will not be available till October 3rd.
But
Or on October 28th.
They just said sometime in October.
Oh, sometime in October.
Just sometime in October.
The 26th is
the question just went by, which is also another one. October 3rd is when the HSN will debut the live debut of the machine.
So, and also in the box, you'll be getting a regular green mat and a pink 12x12 mat. But all the tools will be sold separately. There will be a sewing kit.
They usually do.
There's a new brayer kit. There is, of course, the Easy Press, the Bright Pad. There is fabric they're releasing, the washable fabric pen. All these products will go live, I'm assuming, mostly when they release it officially at Cricut.com, which is August 26th. And I'm going to tell you, I feel in my deepest of hearts, this is going to sell out quick.
Probably, because
this is amazing.
It is a game changer across the board on anybody that makes machines for the home and stuff. This is a no-brainer. You need it. Next question. We kind of said it. The Rotary Blade comes with the machine, so it comes with it.
You have to say what the question is.
The question was how much money or how much will it cost for the Rotary Blade / knife blade? I don't think there was a price point quite yet. There might be one there, but like we said, the Rotary Blade will come with the machine. The knife blade is sold separately.
Yeah, and there is a price for the actual whole thing with the unit and stuff, and I want to say it's $12.99 for the blade replacements. I apologize. So $12.99 for the knife and the rotary replacements. Yeah. So, next question, Sean.
Can you use the pink mat on the Explorer? It's just like any other mat. It'll work in any machine. Right?
I don't know. You're answering all the questions, so why don't you tell them what's the big key to using that mat on the Explorer, though?
If you're going to use it for fabric, there is a fabric blade coming out, and it's a bonded fabric blade.
What does bonded fabric blade mean, Sean? Let's answer that.
There's some kind of a backing material.
Okay, I'll just answer there then. So you can use the mat on the blade. You can use the mat in the Explorer. They still have to put some bonding material on fabric to do it.
Yep.
So want to make sure that is known. You can absolutely use these on that, but that's the reason that Smart Dust says bonded fabric, because there is a bonded fabric blade coming, but know that you're going to have to bond your fabric, and you might not get as precise cuts with that. Okay. So absolutely on that one.
Okay. It's probably been answered by people just in the room, but does it cut anything other than fabric? Oh, yes. It'll literally cut.
Do you just need me to leave now? You can just answer all the questions and do everything.
I do questions, you do the answers? I'm sorry.
No, you're doing a great job. I just will sit here and make sure you get all the right information so we don't lead people down the wrong path.
I know it sounds like we were always saying, it cuts fabric, it cuts fabric, it cuts fabric. Yes. We got to see the video, and of course they showed little bits and pieces of other things that it does cut. The big thing is that if it's up to 2.5 millimeters thick, that's how thick a material can be. It can cut mostly either with, depending on what you're cutting, fabrics, woods, other plastics, your shrink eatings, some of those things that we had a hard time for those who saw our video on trying to cut other things. That chipboard, it's no problem.
So I just saw a comment, and I do want to do that. Sean is super excited, and the reason why is when Sean went down there, he essentially was going down there to document everything and do this, and I didn't really think he was going to get involved in making stuff and doing stuff. When he saw this machine, he was like, wow, this is a game changer. People that have never thought about crafting might want to buy this machine because of what it's going to be capable of doing. This is, in my opinion, equivalent to a, kind of how when the Keurig came out, it revolutionized the coffee industry. And some people are like, well, maybe we do want to go that direction and use the pods. To me, this is what this tool is. It's taking a big budget tool that you would normally see in the stores going for a lot more money, especially with 4,000
grams of
pressure. But anyways, and opening it up to an ability to where people that are not crafters are excited about it. So it was kind of interesting for me to be there because Sean did start getting involved because he's like, this is really cool. Neither of us are seamstress. And he was like, we could actually do stuff now. It's just, I can't tell you how the excitement was built up. And then they delivered on the excitement and showing it off. But yes, it can do so much more than fabric. And I think the materials is where Sean was caught. Is right after the announcement, they opened a door and we could go look at the machine and all the stuff that was cut, and that was his epiphany moment of wow.
Yeah.
This is, and then when we said basically there's more tools coming, they wanted it to be a platform. That's what they kept calling it. This is going to be a machine platform, which means we can deliver more tools in the future because we went so high in that 4,000.
Remember, it used to be what?
300
or 380?
Oh, 380. You're right.
380 was, that's what it used to be, and which was pretty
it's
high.
10 times.
More than 10 times.
Can you imagine
really.
that? So yeah, that's why he is so excited, because I think he's even saying, like, I could use this machine for some pretty cool stuff.
Okay, another question, and I'll let you answer, of course. Can it cut intricate stuff?
Oh, well, this is a great, and another great buddy question is, yes, it can. And someone said, is it going to be 2 times as fast as the original Explorer? Yes, and then some. So they are not going backwards. It's not like they're slowing down the machine. Anything that the Cricut Explorer can do, they've basically just built on that system. So it can do intricate stuff. You're still going to be able to use which is called now the fine point blade, which now we know why, because they're coming out with the knife blade.
Which is much better.
And they wanted to distinguish it from the deep cut blade. Yep. And all that stuff. So I had someone ask, can you use the deep cut blade in it? And I said to them, of course you can, but if you have this machine and when the knife blade comes out, you might as well just go directly to that. Unless I guess there's something in between, but you know.
I don't know if you guys, for those who did see that, and maybe we haven't discussed anything about it, this machine will actually, you can actually change the pressure if need be, especially on the thicker material. It'll cut something with the knife blade, it'll cut kind of light, cut heavy, and you can determine whether or not you need to if you need to add more pressure to do that last cut or even the first 2 cuts. Some of these things will need, a couple passes, but it will cut it. So there are ways to actually change it.
I'm not even sure on the passes. I mean, because with this knife blade, it is so thick. The things that we're normally limiting to our mind, like it's a home crafting machine, just imagine what people are going to now be able to cut that they can cut with this machine with multiple passes is what I'm thinking. So
score tool have more pressure. Well, yeah, you have up to 4,000 pounds, but I don't know what that's going to do to a piece of paper.
They didn't actually talk a lot about the scoring or the score tool. I assume that that could be one of the platforms they're looking at, is getting an official deep score tool on that, and everything like that. So it's definitely something I know that they're looking at. Foam core is another one I heard a lot. Foam core is something it's going to be able to cut. So you're looking at foam core as like photo backing foam core, I'm assuming. But yes, fun foam, all that stuff will be able to cut.
Yep, absolutely.
The next question is cost of simplicity patterns. So this was when Ken's moment of, I'm so excited about this machine, I'm not going to ask further questions. I do know that Simplicity teamed up with them. I do know so many are going to be available. And I do know that discounts of your design space should be included. There should not be a reason, but I don't have an official cost for you yet. So I will add that to my list.
Yeah. Machines on HSN, we kind of mentioned that already. It'll be featured.
And all we know is it's October 3rd. I don't know anything about bundles. I don't know anything about anything on that. All I know is that'll be the first HSN live viewing. It might be on there beforehand, but that'll be the live viewing, I'm assuming, with Anna Griffin.
She's doing it.
I'm assuming she'll do it. Why? I didn't know, because I thought...
I asked Beth if she was going to do it. She says, oh no, Anna Griffin's doing it.
Oh, I didn't know, because I saw Leah Griffith with all those flowers. I didn't know if maybe she was going to do it, but...
Not Leah, Anna. Leah?
I know. I was saying I didn't know, because... Never mind.
Okay, sorry.
So I guess it will be Anna Griffin. So one of those 3 ladies will be presenting it, and it will, I think, sell out quick. But I don't know anything about the packages or any, like, what are they going to bundle with it. All I know is that's the first live viewing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we know. We kind of did this, but can the rotary blade be replaced? It's interesting. I don't know if you saw it up close or anything, but there's actually just a nut holding the blade on, so it looks like you could literally undo it with a tool and put a new one on. I don't think you have to. Don't quote me, but I don't know if you have to buy the entire thing.
Yeah.
Or just the blade itself.
So, Purple Paisley, I wanted to let you guys know, yes, Sean did the filming there. He did a great job. We kind of lost track on the second day, because that was kind of the making day, and I really wanted we started recording it, but then I kind of thought, you know what? I really kind of want to be part of this making projects and kind of bond with my team, my table, because we were broken into colors, and so like we were with the same people. So we stopped recording kind of that day, which was great because it really got us to see the machine. But the funny thing about it is, God loves Sean, because he starts recording something and then the next minute I'm gone.
So we're doing something, blah, 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 and then the next thing you know, he's on way across the other side of the room going, where did he go?
I'm making new friends.
I know.
I was making new friends.
And
so
I tried to answer as best I could.
I was like, you can record anyone doing anything and explain it, and he did do a great job. So.
Midget Madge, just answer that one question about patterns. There will be, I think you said 25 comes with the machine. But there's 50
I'm glad
more.
She was paying attention. About
I know
patterns.
she must.
So here was the
guys.
deal. I'm going to let you guys know. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Even during Ashisha's speech, I was like, oh, I'm not a seamstress. So I kind of blocked out some of the like simplicity patterns and stuff like that. And then once I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this. Then I started asking those questions.
Yeah. And it's not just simplicity. There's another. Is that mine?
No, don't worry. Don't worry about it.
There's another person, another company that's going to have patterns too.
Quilting patterns.
It's a quilting
I'm not
pattern.
a quilter, but
Yeah,
I can look up her name because other people knew her name.
Okay.
So next question is...
When will other blades be available?
Don't know.
We know the knife blade is sometime in October. That's all we know. Ask for anything else, and
they were very tight-lipped. Believe me, we tried.
Very tight-lipped.
Every time we were with an employee, I think they answered, we can neither confirm or deny that question. However,
Riley
we're
Blake
looking
Travis.
into
Yeah,
it.
thank you. That was it.
So basically, yes, it's... I know they're already looking at other tools and probably testing them. Without a doubt, I bet you there's stuff at the Cricut office, but they didn't let us know. But I can tell you with the amount of force this machine has, I just imagine.
They were talking about...
if they could find something, a way to put adhesive on it. If they could find a tool adapter that would have adhesive go straight onto things, I would never have to put adhesive on stuff.
Christine Loader just said the knife blade is sold out. No, it is not.
Hey, be careful. Be
I'm being nice. I'm sorry to be
nice.
I'll be nice. It's not sold. Everything
like
that is with the Maker, it says sold out. They don't have a way to say not available or coming soon. It's just that's the only thing they have when there's nothing there to sell.
I don't think they don't have that. You guys have to understand, this event was so amazing. Mm-hmm. This event must have taken... I don't know how many hours Cricut must have put in this event. They treated us so good. They created all of this stuff. It was all hands on deck. So when all this stuff launched on the website, I think everyone was at the event and we gave them feedback, but they probably have to go back and fix that kind of stuff. Yeah. But so I don't necessarily, that might stop. Yeah. So next question.
Next question is... do we know anything about curved text?
This is the kind of what was funny about that is, so when everyone was guessing what is this, everyone kept saying curved text, and I remember bringing it up to one of the Cricut team members, and I was like, everyone's saying curved text. They said, if we never thought we should have had curved text more than now, we get it. We hear it, we see it. So you guys made that demand very known. So it's on every Cricut team member's mind.
They know.
They want curved text.
Yeah. So the next one was, will it fit in the tote? What's amazing, when you look at this machine, the lid, I mean, you got the little 2 cups that it has, right? 2 cups lid. Then you got this long lid, so it looks like it's longer and may not fit. Same size.
Yeah, we
it will fit.
So they had a whole bunch of Cricut Makers there, and they were literally unboxing them out of their box, and I was so tempted to just take one and run because they were like right there, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But we asked the people unpacking them, we said, did you, or does it fit? And it was kind of a very nice answer. They're like, this machine's been in the development for 3 years, so yes, it will absolutely fit. And it was kind of like my way of thinking, like, well...
And it is...
Why am I questioning them on these things? Because I'm sure they're like thinking, yeah, we just...
And for those who may not have seen it live or anything, the gentleman who kind of designed it and stuff says the lid is aluminum with a diamond cut edge. It's kind of a champagne. So I almost thought it was a bronze, which would have been cool.
Sexy machine. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
It is very sexy. Colors. Will it come in different colors? So we heard 2 different things.
I only heard one thing.
What did you hear?
I can neither confirm or deny, but at launch it's going to be in one color.
I heard that at lunch they'll have all the colors available.
Who did you hear this from?
I don't. I can't,
unless it was a sheesh or a Cricut employee saying, I guarantee that, I would not rely
Some people,
on that.
that was a question.
Here's the deal with Sean, is he doesn't remember who hears this information. It could have literally been a homeless person outside of the hotel, and Sean would have been like, oh, good to know. We'll work that into our video. I would, without a doubt, say that we don't know.
As far as we know, one color for now.
I'm not saying anything besides the official answer I was given more than 7 times was, we can neither confirm or deny anything in the future, but at launch it will be available in one color. So I know that people want their colors, so they might. I don't know.
I don't know.
However, I don't know when. I wouldn't rely on the fact that on October 3rd, you guys are going to see more colors. Will Anna Griffin have her own color?
I mean, the machine.
I would guess so, but I don't know.
You figure the machine comes out, is available on August 20th. August 20th is available. So between August 20th to October 3rd, who knows, during that whole time span, will something different come out? It's very possible. We don't know.
I wouldn't.
Tight lip.
They took almost a year before another color came out with the Cricuts. So I don't know. Do
you think the bottom is navy blue? To me, and all that weird yellow light, it looked for me. It looked like it was.
I will say a lot of
dark,
the photos
gray.
on Cricut look like it's navy, but it's a dark gray.
I mean, that's what it seems. I did not put it up daylight light or anything. To me,
Why not?
To me, it looked like it was.
You didn't deliver for the people.
Sorry,
so sad.
No, it just looked like to me, deep gray.
To me, I'm excited because I've always wanted a black machine. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, they could have told me this was a black Cricut Explorer Air 2, and I would have been like, sold, take my money. So as soon as I saw the color, I don't know the official color they're giving it, but it looked a very gray, smoky color. It's sexy.
So it's got chrome. So it's that. Then the next color up is chrome, and then that nice white, typical white, and then of course the champagne lid.
I don't think it's white. I think it's like
it's kind
gray.
No, I don't.
No, that's white.
The main color, all this.
That's gray. Sorry. Here, we're gonna show you guys.
You think the machine's gray?
Yeah, look it. So here is what's on. Oh, well, I was gonna show you.
I think it's creamy white.
No, it's not, because look at the Easy Press. It's white.
Yeah, that's bright white.
So I think it's a light gray and a dark gray.
I guess
that's what I think.
I won't know until we get it under these really nice lights. Android help in Canada.
So we went into the Android class, and I even told Sean, I was like, we should sit in here because I don't have any Android devices, and I don't know anything about Android, and you guys always ask me about Android, and I say just buy an Apple product, and then I get yelled at because I don't have Android. But
JP was there.
What I kept hearing about Android is a lot of people didn't know the app was available. The app is available for all Android devices. It's still in beta.
But you can download it.
You can download it and use it. To me, I watched a lot of the class and it looked a lot like the Apple app. But if you need help, please reach out to me and I will get you to the appropriate person, whether it be a blogger, a product expert, or someone directly at Cricut that knows Android devices inside and out.
Laura has the Android app.
Thank you, Laura. I am horrible. I am an Apple snot. I will admit it. I have phones, iPads, MacBook Pro. Like, I love Apple. I don't even know. I don't even look at other people's phones that are Androids because I'm like, that's too complicated.
Yep. I'm going, what?
It's too complicated.
We have a friend who's the other way around.
Download an app in the app. What do they call it? Google Play Store. I'm always like, can I just hit buy? And they're like, yeah. I don't know. I just totally. Anyways. Yes, if you need help on that, please reach out to me. I will definitely get you to the right appropriate people. So I did see a question asking us if we do have a Patreon. We do. I have to apologize to all my patrons because with everything in the past 6 months and all the reviews and everything, I've lost sight of delivering for my patrons. So if you want to donate, absolutely. And I'm trying to revamp it and figure out what I want to do because you guys all know I'm not someone that designs a lot of files and all that stuff. So I'm trying to figure out the reward base because Patreons is a great way to support your creators, but then in return you guys get rewards for that. And I'm trying to really figure out what should those rewards be besides mine and Sean's wonderful personalities. So anyways. So, and then I also saw what a Super Chat is. Super Chat's a way to support any YouTube creators by donating some money to them for thanking them and saying great job, and then that goes to us.
Which, of course, here's the bad part. You can't do it on an Apple phone.
Jonathan, why would you say that?
Just thought that was funny.
Yeah, you can't. It's funny.
You can do it on the computer, laptop, or something like that. But you can definitely do it on an Android phone.
So here's the deal. My mouth hurts again because there's a lot of stuff about this machine. And for those of you who don't know, because that was a weird statement, I had oral surgery, so it's not just that my mouth hurts. But the reason I obviously did this separate video, you guys, I'm telling you right now, here's the deal: is I thought, oh my gosh, everyone's gonna be about Cricut Maker. I got so many questions on that Easy Press.
Oh, I know.
This could be a 2-hour discussion tomorrow on this Easy Press. There is so many questions on the Easy Press, and we were pretty. I should have a link down below, but if not, I can get that to you. Or if you go to patreon.com, you can look up Ken and Sean. So yes, the Easy Press is going to be a whole separate YouTube video tomorrow, which I will let you guys know the bright pad makes complete sense to me now. Because at first I was like, why are they releasing this? I mean, I understand they have iron-on and they have this, but it still kind of seemed a little weird. When the Easy Press launched, as soon as they were done with the announcements, the 3 announcements, the doors open and they had this Easy Press station. They had at each place they had also bright pad, so you could weed on the bright pad and then press on that, and it was like these two tools are best friends. They work so in sync together,
so well hand in hand.
And we were very lucky when we were using the Easy Press. The lady that ran, or she was the product engineer of the Easy Press, was there answering questions. So because I already know what you guys are thinking, I'll give you a little hint tomorrow. As soon as I saw the Easy Press presentation up on the screen, I was like, how does it do pressure? That was my first question. I looked at Sean, I was like, how does it do pressure?
And we will discuss that. Don't worry. So we don't want to get into the Easy Press. So
that'll be tomorrow.
That'll be tomorrow.
That'll be a whole separate conversation because that one has about 900 questions.
Yeah, just wait. It's pretty cool. It was.
So is there any questions on the Cricut Maker? I cannot wait. I have never been this excited about the machine. You guys all know I left Cricut, went to Silhouette. And then when the Cricut Explorer came out, I was so impressed I started using Cricut Explorer. And even right now, I will tell you guys, I predominantly use my Cricut Explorer. Now with this machine, Cricut's raised the bar. Raised the bar in this machine. So another question is, who is Tanner? Tanner Bob Bell has a blog called Put a Little Craft in Your Day, which is ran by him and his friend Courtney that they started. Gosh,
he was in the 5th grade and got his first Cricut. Is how he kind of started.
Yeah,
from there.
He had a great. Didn't we record his? We didn't record his presentation.
No.
In fact, we didn't know what was happening at first. So Ashish left the stage, and then they brought up basically these product. Influencers, or ambassadors, I think is what they're calling them. There's 5 of them, and they're from very different avenues. And they were sent the machine 2 weeks ago, and they are basically creating content, education, getting people excited. And his story was really heartwarming because it was about his Mima and his mom, and he wanted to go get this Cricut, and he was very cute and said, like, my mom thought I was going to cut my hand off and it was going to get sent home, and now he's here on stage being one of the ambassadors. And so that's who he is, but he was given the machine 2 weeks ago because being an ambassador, they wanted them to use it, make content, and get people excited about it. So that's what he did.
And
so
that's Tanner
he came
Bob
up immediately after the presentation, was like to me and Sean, said, "What do you think?" And I was like, "I can't wait." And he's like, "It's so you guys are just gonna so wait." He's just really nice, happy. It's just.
Somebody said he had it. Somebody said, "Did he have it? How long?" He had it 2 weeks. Anybody who actually,
how do you know that?
Because he said he had it 2 weeks prior to. So anybody who actually got it who got it to use it, they had it for 2 weeks to use it.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of bloggers. There's a lot of bloggers at the event, and a lot of them are fabric people, seamstress. So you guys should be able to find a lot of content. I don't know if they got theirs or when they're gonna get theirs, but anyways, he got his in June. I was gonna say I thought he got his.
That was really the way he put it. It was like 2 weeks. I don't know if that's 2 weeks ago today or 2 weeks.
I don't know. I thought he got it more. But anyways, there's going to be a lot of content out there. And make sure to go take it all in, because I know I will do the huge product review and unboxing, and I'm going to test a lot of stuff. But I want to make sure you guys see these bloggers that are doing amazing stuff with this machine, especially with sewing and stuff. Some of the bloggers I talked to, and I keep saying bloggers because there were so many bloggers that I hadn't heard that I got to meet for the first time, and just the stories of how they got started and why they're excited about this machine and how it's changed their life was just pretty cool to see that this machine is taking people that have never used a cutting machine
to a whole new level.
And stuff. So I'm really excited. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be back and talk about the Easy Press and the Bright
I'm
Pad.
having trouble connecting to the internet.
Alexa.
Take a look at the help section in your Alexa app.
Whatever, Alexa.
She does this now to me all the time because we've had problems with our Wi-Fi. We've changed it so much she's confused. Poor Alexa. So anyways, we'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Hopefully we will not be a little late, but we will be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time to talk about it. And that is a great question. Will you write that down?
What's that?
Let's put like Tanner's channel, Midge and Madge's channel, some of the bloggers' channels that I did. Auntie T is, she does YouTube videos. I think she was considered one of the bloggers. I didn't have that specific question with her, but I think she is, and she does have a blog, and I know she does a lot with fabric stuff, so I think she's going to be one that's going to use this machine and test it and stuff. So, it was a great event, and I was so glad Cricut allowed Sean to come and record and stuff, and it was super cute. I have a personal story that I couldn't wait to share, but so I kept telling Sean, this is my fault, it's not Sean's fault. I kept telling Sean, you're just there to document. You know, because we didn't pay for you and the other people are paying, and I don't want people to be perceived that you're doing all this stuff and getting it for free. And so I was basically saying, like, you know, you're just there for that. So the very first video we did, making our name tags, he was going around and telling everyone, because you made a name tag, so he didn't have a name tag. He didn't have a tote to pick up with all this information in it because he was my +1. And it was so cute because in the video, he kept going around and telling people, they'd say, hi, oh, you're Sean, and where's your name tag? And he goes, because I wasn't invited, I don't have a name tag. Because I wasn't invited, I don't have a name tag. And then when we finally got to meet Ashish, for the first time, he's like, Sean, you were invited. That is why you were here. Stop saying you were invited.
So I had to tell Ashish, I'm sorry, I did not mean it that way.
It was the cutest thing, because then I was like, I'm partially responsible because I was sitting there saying, like, Sean, you were +1.
Ken was invited. He was truly, I want you to go. But then that's when Ken said, hey, can I bring Sean along to do my videos? Because he's part of the intricate part of Ken's creation. And they said, of course. And we said, you don't need to give him anything. He doesn't need anything free. He's just there to video. And that's it.
And then I was like, don't touch anything. Don't look at anything. Don't eat anything. You can eat off my plate. Yeah. So
I made a makeshift name tag, and somebody says, we gotta make you a name tag. You need a name tag.
So anyways, I'm very fortunate, but I just had to say that because it was really funny. Because in the way she did it, it was like, Sean, you were invited. You're here, and it's so glad to finally meet you and stuff. So it was really cute.
Ashish was a nice guy.
But I couldn't have done it without Sean because of him, I had the ability to go talk to people and make connections and learn about the machine because he was going around and videotaping it and getting information. And the one thing I will say about Sean is his memory is pretty absorbent. So when he's given information, unlike Ken, I have to write it down and refer to it about a bazillion times. He can pretty much remember certain things. And that's why I'm always careful what he says on live, because he just doesn't remember who told him that. So if he didn't officially hear it from Cricut, I'm always like,
know who it was. I mean,
I don't know if that's official or not. So that's the only reason there's sometimes that I was always like, so.
Oh, Donna.
Gary brought up a good point. I cannot tell you. You guys know that during the day I work as a bank manager,
and me with
and I have an amazing team. And my way of leading has always been, if you treat your team better than yourself, your team in turn takes care of you. That was the environment there. You can tell every Cricut team member was amazing. They were so nice. They were hospitable. You could just tell the team environment there. They really care not only about their customers, they care about their other team members. They adore Ashish. They have a fun environment, high-fiving. It's just when we succeed, our customers succeed environment. And it wasn't fake at all. It was the most genuine environment. It was instantly a fun environment. It was instantly accommodating. It was instantly just excitement. I just can't say enough. It was amazing.
As she put it, we are a team, and they truly are a team. They all work together so well. A well-oiled machine. It really was pretty good.
What I had to say to Ashish's compliments is, anytime I gave him a compliment on something, he was like, actually, that's this person. That's this person.
Yeah.
That's
he doesn't
this
take
person.
All the credit.
He was very, very cognitive on make sure you go thank that person because they're the one that brought this attention. It was just that, and coming from a manager perspective, to me, that spoke volumes. Just you could feel it. And the hotel was beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Whoa. Oh my God, it's a 5-diamond rating.
All right, guys, we're almost at an hour, and I like to try to keep these at least a little an hour.
Somebody just asked, who do you work for? It's Washington Trust.
WA Trust Bank.
WA Trust.
It's technically Washington Trust Bank.
Washington Trust Bank. Yeah,
yeah,
it's based out of. It's a privately owned.
Now, they asked if I'm gonna make something at my branch. It's so funny because I always tell them like, I'm going to this Cricut thing and I'm making this, and they're like, okay. Like I guess if you're not in the craft community, like you don't know what a Cricut machine is, so you're just like, now what does it do again? You're like, oh, it's awesome and it cuts and it does this, and they're just like, okay. So.
How did Riley do when we were gone?
She had some issues, but you can check my Facebook page to find. We don't need to talk about it right here, but she's doing good now.
Yeah, she's doing great.
We had someone that was watching her that was amazing, and we used
her before.
Oh, and that's one last thing I wanted to talk about is everyone's talking about the city events. So at the very closing ceremony, they said we cannot wait to get out and meet people. They understand. Now that this is especially announced, more people are saying, well, please come to this city and please come to this city. And there's only so much time and 5. Yeah, and stuff. So if they're not coming to a city near you, I apologize. But they'll eventually come. Clarissa, great question. I got that question a lot actually over the weekend, and I have actually officially reached out to someone at Cricut, and I'm waiting to hear back the answers. But basically, and this, no one told me this is just my assumption, is there's a lot of issues for whatever reason shipping to Puerto Rico, and I'm not sure why, but my friend who lives with a Puerto Rican has told me some of the issues, and I don't know if that's the reason why, but right now Cricut doesn't ship to U.S. territories besides the 50 continental United States. I asked why or if that's changing, and I was told we will get back to you really quick on that because I didn't have someone that had the direct answer to that. But I have asked that question because it was brought up to me like 4 or 5 times. So hopefully I'll get an answer to you eventually. I apologize. I don't have it right now. So, yes. And the Cricut event's coming. I'm so excited. I cannot wait till you guys can see this in person, this machine. I will tell you the night before, a company accidentally leaked an email that had a picture of the machine, and I had probably 15 people messaged me with that photo. So I saw a sneak peek just before, but I can't tell you, even after seeing that, I had no idea what this machine was going to do. And it's just absolutely, I'm so excited. I've never been this excited about a machine.
I know. It is going to be quite amazing when it comes out.
Yes.
Or when we get it and test it out.
Yes. Mona asked, is Ashish going to be at the event? I think he will be. So Ashish was at the entire event, but he was once again, it was a team environment. So the whole thing, I think he spoke twice. The main, this is the 3 things, and then the closing. And even at the closing, it was really short. Yep. So he really embraced his team they're the ones that did all this. They're amazing, and they were on stage doing a lot of it. Even during the Cricut Maker conversation, he brought up all the people that designed it and what they were thinking and what was the passion behind it and all that stuff. So, and then most of the other time, he was out in the hallways talking to everyone. I saw him taking pictures and talking with everyone. So,
somebody wants to know again, how do you do Patreon?
I will obviously, I don't have the link down below, but if you go to patreon.com, Patreon.
Patreon.
Perfect. You can look up Ken and Sean and pick a level. I apologize, those levels right now say you're going to get certain rewards, and I'm going to be the first to admit to you I'm not delivering on some of those rewards, and I apologize. So I'm trying to revamp that system. But thank you so much for the support and you guys watching this and sharing this and giving us the feedback. We couldn't do this without you guys. We couldn't do this without you guys watching the videos and giving us feedback and stuff, and I just cannot wait to share this machine with you guys and show you everything you can do and try to cut everything you tell me to try to cut and stuff. So we will see you tomorrow
on the Easy Press.
On the Easy Press and Bright Pad, because they go together perfect.
Amazing. Anything
Yes,
else?
Brenda says go to yes on the official Cricut Facebook page. They have all the cities they're going to.
Yep.
So, all right, guys,
not that
have a
many.
good night. Thanks for all the questions.
Night and night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oop, I hit cancel. Oops.
We're still live. Hello, welcome back.
Sorry. This is what
It's
I
hard
get. I know it's.
You turned it around like that.